Hello, hello, and welcome back to Space Engineers on the Xbox, on the Series X, and we are back on my survival save, and we're looking at the fruits of our labours from last time, which is our little prospector over there. And what we need to do now is look at a way of recharging this little craft and making sure it's got power in its batteries. So first things first, I want to generate all my energy, and I want to pull out 1,000 dice from there by holding down both bumpers, tapping A, and then just throwing in the 3 bottles, pulling them out again, putting the ice back in. We've got enough hydrogen to play around with. So now we want to look also at some point. I want to put some lights on this. If I go out at night, I'll have at least some lighting to play with. Probably going to drop a couple of spotlights, one under there, and maybe a backlight or a light facing down underneath it. I'm not sure yet, but I need a place to build a raised platform, and if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need, let's see, I've got nothing hanging around the cargo boxes, just ice in that one. 76 plates on me, so we're going to put some metal plates into production. We just keep 1,000 of them. Let that total away there. And if I remember rightly, somewhere around here, there it is a hole. So, light armor block, and we're on our placement mode that I want to use right here. You can change the placement mode by holding down left bumper, tapping RT, and I want the one that lets it snap into the ground. Cover this hole up and use that as a basis for my raised platform. I'm just going to weld these in place so I can see them. Like so. And then we just want to look at how I want to do this. Now, build a basic landing platform, something that is both you don't have to hold the right trigger down either. You can double tap it and turn your welding torch on and it'll stay on. You tap it again. Go and get some more plates. You can see that many plates doesn't last overly long. That was over 300 plates. Just make a nice slope there. And we can get up. Should be good. For our little craft. Remember, we're not using any down thrust at all on this. Spot on. That'll do for now. Go. Beginnings of our little platform. What I want to do as well is I'm going to store some power onto this platform, so probably going to build 3 batteries at the back here and then connect it to a set of spinning turbines. Do nicely. And then probably looking at this, thinking about it. Look. A distance away to begin with. Probably get away with putting a connector in there. I like to flip them like this. A bit too low. Might connect, it might not. I don't think it will, looking at it. So I think my plan then will be build up on that connector here instead, and then see what I can do to bring this platform up to our little craft. My most important thing is that I use this as a charging station, and when it's fully charged I can always unplug it and pop it down there. So let's see. I want it to about there. One more block, then this is the top block. Round as per usual on this, and then don't worry about welding the middle block. Keep an eye on your fuel, keep an eye on the power of the suit. As I said before, if you weld these blocks up, you're basically cutting down on the processing power needed to render the graphics. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. On a Series X or an S, But the older consoles, every bit counts. Like so. See what we need for that. The stuff already, may not. Lights I'm still carrying. Still needs a bit more. As I said before, the purpose of this particular video series was to get people playing the game all the way from creative mode into survival, and to be able to establish a platform like this and start expanding out. And at some point I'm going to actually build a proper base with an interior and everything. But for now, this little outpost will do. It's in a good position. It's got a very rich cobalt source nearby. So now I think I'm going to fill this little backspace here with about 3 batteries. So again, I want to do 1, 2, actually no. Let's go for the warfare batteries because I like the look. 1, 2, 3. Start putting all those components in. Probably won't be able to pick all of them up. Might be able to though, we'll see. Keep on tapping this. Your inventory is full, really. Using the RB and inventory button to pull components directly out. Warfare battery. One battery down for the moment. As you'll see, you'll need to pick up the rest of this. Battery components are quite heavy. Need power cells. We may have run out of materials. We'll have a look. Or, of course, I remember now. Got to pull them out of here because we've got the cargo sorter. That's why. Remember what you built last episode. Battery. Just put these down there and just fill them in as we come to them. These battery components are heavy. Oh. What you want to do first, before you do anything else, Just go into these batteries here, select them. When you've got them selected, turn them off, because otherwise they're going to be draining power. So now we want our 5 wind turbines. Stop over here. Charge this up. Again, I'm just going to be adding 1, 2, oops. Change it to wind turbines, get it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put all those into production. Should be able to pull all the components out. And my cats has just entered the room carrying a really old toy spider that was one of my first cat's toys many years ago, and he loves it. There he goes again. Right, let's get this power generation system rocking and rolling. Can start charging up things. We'll just build 1 wind turbine here for this moment. Get things going. Good. Build the rest. I say if you've got any questions about the game, and it's not server related. See, do I want it there? As always. Feel free to reach out in the comments. If you've got any suggestions of a tutorial, I say as long as it's nothing to do with servers and how to set up dedicated servers, we're all good. Anything from the vanilla game, I'm quite happy to cover or reiterate. There we go, 1 more. And we've got our power generation. Quick save on that. We'll go back to the batteries now. And check our wind turbines. Optimal, 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 and optimal. Battery, battery, and battery. Turn them on. Our battery is now going to be fully recharged in 4 hours. That's not going to discharge at all. And if you want to make sure that when you plug in something like a ship, you want these batteries here set to recharge, so they don't automatically switch over and the light on them will change. You can, if you so desire, slap a control panel onto the side of this, so you can just press a button and switch these from recharge to auto. That's the other thing you can do. So we've got our little platform. Another thing we could do as well while we're here, just access the control panel on the battery with X, go to info, change its name from Static Grid 6715 to let's see, what am I going to call it? I'm going to call it Recharge Dock. Then, when you've got the name, press OK, and that grid will now be called Recharge Dock. our little vessel here. Bring the bit. Turn on the thrusters. Turn off the lock on the landing pad. Now these connectors will be set to auto lock, so we just want to go into our ship now. We want to go to the connector, and I just want to look at its settings, and it's used for parking, so we can turn that off straight away. We don't want that because we use the D-pad to toggle the connector. And we're going to call this connector pros. Prospector, I think. Connector prospector. Rhymes. And then we want to change the page by holding down the left stick, tapping B, pushing up on the D-pad, going to connector prospector in here and switching the lock. Probably want the batteries actually thinking about it on off recharge. On the ship. When we connect, we'll put them on recharge even on our little ship, but we want to make sure that we lock our connector down like so. We're now locked in. And let's have a quick look. We should see that we are now completely connected. We'll check our prospector batteries, and we can light them up by selecting that. See Warfare Battery 2 and 3 here in white are the ones we want to look at. And you'll notice they are fully depleted in 3 minutes because they're not drawing any charge. So what we want to do here is click Warfare Battery 2, click Warfare Battery 3, switch them to recharge, and also make them a block group. And we'll just call it Prospector Battery State. That. Save that off, and then on our second page we go down to groups, battery state, and you'll see a bunch of things: toggle block on off, and we want recharge on off, enable auto. And we just clicked recharge on off, so we can now change our battery state on our Spectre. Recharged in 8 hours. So now back a page, hold down left stick, tap A, turn off the thrusters, and remember to change the battery state when you come to fly this thing, otherwise it's going to drop like a rock. It won't work properly because you'll need the batteries. Look, let's see whether or not I can make a little platform for it to sit on. Chances of doing that are no. We'll leave it as it is for the time being. It will be fine. It shouldn't lose power and drop, and if it does, it's only going to drop down onto the landing gear, so it's not too bad. That'll do. charge dock. Prospector. Being quite happy there. I think that is pretty good. Only one thing to do now. Back over here. See, I want two front-facing spotlights. Small ones. I think. Go for offset spotlights. No, I'll stick to the regular ones actually. To do. I don't think I've got the parts for them, so it won't take me long to get them. I was just thinking of putting them underneath. Facing forward like this. One, two. So that's my spotlights. And then maybe we can put a couple of regular lights on the back. Offset lights and offset spotlight. I'm going to go for regular interior lights on this. There we go. Side. King. There. There. Again, our second page. Group. Select the interior light 2, holding down RB and A to do both of those, then letting go and just tapping down on the D-pad until we get to spotlight. Select that, RBA, RBA. Come along to the group. Spectre. Lights. Save it off. Then hold left on the D-pad. Come down to groups. Select respect to lights. Toggle block on off. And turn all the lights off. Then we just double check our systems. 5 hours to recharge. Going. All right. And that is perfect. And brings me neatly to the end of this next new player guide to survival. Playing survival mode directly, so you can see how it all works. And if you go back to the start of this series, you'll start all the way from the main menu if you're new to the game, and grab all the hints, tips and tricks you need to actually play the game right from the get-go. I show off everything, including how to play in creative, how to start building your first things, all the way through to survival and the arrival on a planet like the Earth, establishing your first small platform, expanding out the platform, including building your drill rig, so you can get some materials coming in. And then, of course, the previous episode was the building of our little prospector. And the next episode will likely be doing some prospecting and setting up a larger infrastructure for a bigger base. I'm probably still going to stay in this area because, as I said before, there is a lovely cobalt deposit literally only 400 odd meters away. Until then, though, stay safe, take care, have fun, enjoy the game. There is a load more to come from Space Engineers, from myself, from Keen Software House, and keep watching the news. I keep on saying it, Grid AI is on the way, and I only know a small fragment of the potential this has and what is coming due to my NDA with Keen. I cannot tell you anything at all, but I will tell you that it is going to be an absolutely brilliant update. Until then, though, bye for now.